What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rex Righteous, and this is a live post-fight review for Hooker and Ramirez. At the moment, I am watching it, and there's already been a knockdown within the middle of the first round. Hope that music isn't too loud. You guys let me know. We will be doing phone calls within the next couple of minutes. We have a guest in mind, and I think you guys might know who it is. But either way, it should be some good showing tonight. Hold on a second. Yes, we will be doing phone calls tonight, folks. The fight is looking pretty good. First round is still not even done yet, and it's been a war. They have the referee for the Pacquiao Horn fight. I don't know if you guys remember that referee. They're replaying the knockdown as we speak. Okay, so Ramirez stepped on him as he jabbed him. The ref didn't catch it, and he sent Ramirez to the corner. So Ramirez scored a knockdown. That's 10-8 round, and it's just starting. So let's see how this goes down. And we will continue to watch the fight. Right now, I don't have anybody in the chat. That is perfectly fine. The Tank Davis fight was very quick. It didn't go that long. It was only 2 rounds. And I guess looks like they have to take a rain check, so it is what it is. Like I said, you guys are more than welcome to make this call right here, and we could do it. Right now, I'm just checking out this fight. They're already in the second round, and they're going to war. It's not even a whole minute yet. So, yeah, man. We also had the Tevin Farmer fight, which was a pretty slow fight. Wasn't that entertaining, but it was cool to see simultaneous with Gervonta Davis, so you could kind of get that picture in your head. Both networks mention the fighters and the potential fight between the two. Floyd Mayweather was at the fight as well, and he was asked about Pacquiao, and he said he didn't know. Usually he says no, and this time he said he didn't know, so that's interesting. But this fight right here, Ramirez and Hooker, is for the 140-pound division. Ramirez is a WBC champion at the 140 division, and Hooker is the WBO champion at the 140 division. So this is a pretty good fight. I see it as even right now. Ramirez is definitely gunning for a knockout as we speak, though. They're at the 1 minute mark in the second round, and Ramirez is definitely going for it. Shout out to my man Lilo's Boxing that is in the crowd. He is probably live streaming as we speak. So if you want to pull up another device and actually watch the fight, that's a place to watch it as well. This fight, it looks like it could go Ramirez's way because Hooker is on the ropes and the crowd is behind Ramirez right now. So I'm going to leave the number in the chat there if you guys want to call in. more than welcome. I'll probably be on for another half an hour, covering some of these fights and talking about the fights. Ramirez is definitely gunning for a knockout, but he's still Hooker is still in the fight, and he's not even looking so like shook from the fight because he's like shaking his head, but he is losing the rounds. So obviously, some of those things boxers do because they might charge back, they might come back real strong, or they're just trying to stay confident, which I agree. You know what I'm saying? So the phone number is good to go. I still have to check it every now and then. So we're in the third round right now for Hooker versus Ramirez. We were also talking about some of the fights from earlier. Joey, I don't even know how to pronounce his full name, but it was rumored that he knocked down or hurt Joshua in sparring before Andy Ruiz. His body type is very similar to Andy Ruiz. He doesn't fight exactly like him, but he's kind of a knockout artist, and that's kind of his thing. And he won that fight, which I thought it was close. I think the other guy possibly won that fight. Like I was saying it in the comments. So, that was on the zone as well. That was one of the first fights I saw. We also saw Gamboa. I think he should be in the same division as Tank. So they're probably hyping that fight next, and then maybe Tevin Farmer after that, because they called out Tevin Farmer after the Tank fight, and vice versa. You got Tevin Farmer calling out Tank as well on his platform. So there was 2 fights tonight with same type of divisions and guys calling each other out. Right now we're at the 2-minute mark for round 3, Ramirez Hooker. And these guys are definitely even, in my opinion, when it comes to talent and skill. They look like they both are perfect for each other. They could probably have a rematch if things stay close like this, because Ramirez dropped Hooker in the first round, but it's looking pretty close now. The second round I gave to Ramirez. Right now I'm giving it to Hooker, because he's finally catching his confidence, and he's starting to move and trying to control the pressure from Ramirez. We're at the almost 1-minute mark, and Ramirez moving well. I'm about to start sharing this live. Oh, wow. Hooker coming back strong. In the middle of the ring, too. This is a war. Damn good fight. Damn good fight, folks. Ramirez coming back now, the last 30 seconds, after Hooker unleashed like 2 or 3 combinations. Hooker staying strong in the middle of the ring, standing his ground, keeping Ramirez at bay from coming in with pressure. Hooker with another combination, and Ramirez coming back at the end of the round with plenty of pressure and almost getting dropped, and they're both swinging at each other as the round ends, and the referee almost cannot hold these guys back because they are trying to land on each other even after the round's over. So this is a damn good fight. I hope you guys are tuning in some way, somehow. If you're not, it's totally fine. You could definitely tune in right here. I'm going to be breaking down the fight live. I'm not sure if there's going to be a knockout. I have no idea, but I will be tuning into the whole fight, and I think that 30 minutes should be enough for this fight. I mean, it's enough for me to watch it and still cover the rest of what happens after. There was a Terrence Crawford sighting, and uh, Regis as well. So that was pretty cool. Obviously, we know that Tevin Farmer is no longer with. I'm sorry. Terrence Crawford is no longer with is no longer at the 140 division, but it was cool to see across a promotion like that because he used to be at 140 and he was a damn good fighter. But Ramirez could be on his way up, or Hooker could be on his way up to fight a guy like Terrence Crawford. So I think that was a damn good plug. So right now, I'm just listening into the fight. I'm also sharing some of my stuff that's out right now, like on Facebook and whatnot. Um, but it's still pretty even to me. I'm watching as I do all this live. It is entertaining. The fight is pretty good. If you were watching the fourth round right now, oh wow, it's just tit for tat. That's what I see right now. They're in the center of the ring, which I love. I love when fights are in the center of a ring, and they just exchange for the battle of the center of the ring. You know what I mean? So um, right now, it's a very tough round to score. Hooker is trying to gain some confidence by playing like cat and mouse with Ramirez, but I think that could be dangerous. Ramirez comes with a lot of pressure when he's on a roll. So um, Ramirez with a right hand in the middle of the ring. Oh, wow. Hooker is definitely catching Ramirez coming in, but Ramirez is savvy to what's going on. He knows what's going on. He's moving his head, and he's still trying to keep the pressure on. So um, very, very good punch by Hooker to the body, and he's trying to keep him at bay. He's keeping the stick on him. Plenty of right hands and lefts. I think Hooker is landing more, but it's a damn good fight. And here we go. Ramirez landing like 5 or 6 hit combinations. Hooker landing 3 to 4 to return fire. And now they're to the side of the ropes, and it ended pretty well. You know, it could have gone either way in the fourth round. It really could have. I would give it to Hooker just because I feel like, you know, he controlled the fight a little bit more. But Ramirez is coming, so Hooker's gonna have to start landing landing with some more sting on there, and actually making Ramirez slow down, which is not easy to do, but you know, he's gonna have to do it if he wants Ramirez to back off, because this fight is no doubt a strong fight for both fighters. This is gonna be make or break, because you know the titles are on the line. They're undefeated, so this could change their lives. So I really think that they're gonna go all out. It's the fifth round. Let me see. I got 2 rounds for Hooker and 2 rounds for Ramirez, and then the other one, that first round, he has a knockdown. So Ramirez is up on my scorecard by a point, and then the unofficial scorecard for DAZN has it tied 38-38. So yeah, man. So I'm breaking down all the fights as much as I can for the DAZN and the Showtime boxing cards tonight. Obviously, you guys saw the Gervonta Davis knockdown earlier. These guys are still going at it in the first minute for the 5th round of Ramirez and Hooker, which is at the 140 division for the WBC and the WBO title. The percentages look like 46% for Hooker and Ramirez 29%. When it comes to land blows, Ramirez going to the liver right now, and up top as well with a lot of pressure, and he's got him up against the ropes. 5th round, minute and 40 seconds. Ramirez applying pressure, and they're back to the center of the ring. Hooker is kind of stringing him along, but now they're back to the ropes again, and Ramirez still applying pressure and has Hooker against the ropes. So right now Hooker's not looking too good. He's still controlling the pace a little bit by moving along with the fight, but he's still getting hooked to the head and uppercuts, and a lot of pressure is being applied, and he's not doing well with the pressure. Ramirez is definitely gaining on him and trying to get on the inside. Hooker is returning fire now with a couple of jabs and some power jabs and hooks and stuff like that. Some over the top. He's looking better now. He's been returning fire for the past 20 to 30 seconds now. And he's trying to go to the body. Ramirez is still applying pressure, still going for it. And there's like a little tussle in the middle of the ring. The ref allowing it to go. Hooker landing a flush hook, 2 left hooks to the head, and another flush, 2 hooks to the head. And Ramirez with a 1-2 to the top again. And another 1-2-3 down the pipe, right in the middle of the ring. Both guys applying pressure on each other now. They're trying to push each other, and it's a battle for the middle of the ring. Hooker's landing a jab on the top. Ramirez still there. I would say that round I would give it to Ramirez, because for the first 2 minutes, Ramirez applied a lot of pressure, but Hooker definitely used that pressure and turned it back on Ramirez to land on him. He landed a whole bunch of punches, a lot of good stuff. He laid his stuff in, but is it enough to keep Ramirez's pressure off? I have no idea. So I'm about to go to my scorecard. If you don't know my Instagram as well, it is at RafLegend193. We're just here covering some fights for tonight. The Zone, Showtime Boxing, Gervonta Davis, Ramirez, Hooker, Tevin Farmer. Some good fights here tonight, man. There was Gamboa was on as well. And I'm here about to score the fight because I have an app. So I'm about to turn the volume back up a little bit so I could hear the punches. And I'm going to also make sure that I plug in my my score. Difficult to do while you're watching a fight, though. So if you guys like this, let me know. If you want more videos as well, let me know. I will also be doing that. If there's any guests you think I should have on, let me know. We're right now in the 6th round, 2-minute mark. It's looking like slow pace at the moment. I don't see too many landings from either fighter. They're just filling each other out because that was a big round. This is the slowest it's been since the first round. Actually, this is the slowest it's been all the whole fight. You got Ramirez applying pressure and going to the body, which is a really smart idea, trying to apply pressure on a fighter. Ramirez landing in the middle of the ring, and Hooker just trying to keep Ramirez at bay. So to me, it is still a battle for the middle of the ring. Ramirez is definitely winning on my card but it's still like a point or two off. So Hooker could always, oh wow, great and there it is, knockouts. He just ended the fight. The fight was stopped in the 6th round. The referees weren't playing tonight, folks. They don't even allow for these guys to come back now. As soon as they look defenseless, that's it. They end the fight. It was definitely a good fight, man. They gave each other a lot of rounds, good rounds to each other, and I will say that Ramirez was definitely landing and applying pressure, so that is really difficult to come back from. You know what I'm saying? When someone is applying pressure like that, and you don't have much of an answer, eventually you have to make sure that you look at these fighters and see where is it that they're at, and can they hold up with all this pressure and stuff like that. And Ramirez was landing and landing and landing. He was not just brawling or anything like that. He was also moving. He was also changing his combinations up. He's throwing jabs, and he did what he had to do to win the fight. And that's what you have to do when you want to get a title, and that's what Ramirez did. So now he's looking a lot better for the 140 division. Eddie Hearn is in the ring, and they're talking. I don't know what they're saying, but they also had Hooker's family there, and they weren't looking emotional. So that looks like that sucks. But the DAZN platform definitely brought it. I'm definitely looking forward to Lomachenko and Campbell for the lightweight division. But Ramirez definitely did a good showing tonight, because once he landed, he attacked. He didn't even wait that long. He just went after him and landed cleanly. So the fighters are really smart right now, because of course we don't want to see death. We don't want to see people going through problems, or that they can't fight anymore or whatever. But the fighters need to take advantage of this kind of thing while everybody's sensitive and paying attention to if a fight should be stopped or not. I truly believe that these fighters that if they have a fighter that's weak, just apply pressure, and the fight is yours. It's in your hands. You got Terence Crawford there watching, so obviously he was entertained by the fight as well. So I was just gonna put together my card, but it doesn't even matter, because the fight's over. But this was my card so far. This is what I had. So I don't know why I'm even tapping this. Like if the camera's gonna focus because I tapped it. But yeah, man. Shout out to all my subscribers as well. I want to shout out Michael Stott. He's been giving some good insight for the channel. He's always commenting channel as well, so check out his stuff. Right now I'm just listening in to see what the fighters say after the fight. But yeah, I had a 48-46, which is good to have when you're going to war like this. Is good to have, man. Definitely good to have those kind of rounds like that, and the scores and stuff like that. I'm still trying to listen in to see if Ramirez calls out anybody. If not, I might have to search for it. Oh, hell yeah, man. Ramirez did really good. That was not bully style fighting. That was smart fighting. That was agile, but with pressure and hungry. And he definitely looked like the champ. He definitely looked like the champ tonight, man. If you're a Ramirez fan, you should be super proud right now because he brought it tonight, man. Um, my homie Lilo's Boxing is definitely a big fan of his, and he's always around the camp and stuff. He wears the hat, Campeones, and nah, man, he brought it, bro. He brought it. 140 division is looking really good right now. They're about to talk, so I want to hear what they're gonna say. He's shouting out his family. He sounds pretty good. Has all his faculties. They're in Texas. They're talking. They're asking him about his confidence. He says that he's the best at 140. He's confident and he's humble and blessed to have this position. They're talking a lot about the fight because it was definitely an intense fight. Yeah, he definitely showed fundamentals. Definitely showed that. Got Robert Garcia there. The more questions about the fight over and over and over and over again. I don't know why they keep talking about it so much, but I guess they want to keep people on the network or on the platform. It was definitely a great knockout, and there was two titles on the line, so um, I think it's definitely necessary for questions like this. So they're asking where does he go from here? So they're asking about Josh Taylor or Demetrius Prograis. He said he wants to get the other titles. He said he would like to go on ESPN before the year ends. So now they're asking Maurice about the fight. So I'm gonna end this live here because I don't see that much traffic, which is perfectly fine. This would just be a video for you guys to tune into if you didn't catch the fight, or if you don't know what's going on, or if you just wanted to hear my commentary. Like I always say, like, comment, share, subscribe, leave that bell on, and keep tuning into the fights, man, because there's plenty of fights going on right now. I think this night of boxing was awesome, and there should be more. So if anything, if you don't have that much updates or anything like that, come over to the boxing group in Facebook. It's called ADM Boxing. I have some good admins on there. They also promote videos as well. They have their own channels. You can definitely check that out. And like I said, you can post some stuff yourself. So if you have anything related to boxing as well, if you're a fighter, if you are a family of a fighter or anything like that, just come on in. You can post your stuff. It's all respected and all with gentlemen-like people. So as I said before, keep tuning in. Let's try to keep boxing alive, yo. Peace out. Thank you for tuning in.